If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ears like the sweet sound the breeze upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough! No more! 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, curio?
The hart.
Oh, why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, that instant I was turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, e'er since pursue me.
So please let me serve. I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer.
Oh, now, what news from her?
The element itself, till 7 years heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloister through a veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round, with eye, fen, and brine, all that to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh.
Oh, that she hath a heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love, but to a brother? How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart are all supplied and filled with one self-king, oh, way before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country, friend, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not dead?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be.
True, madam, and to comfort you with chance, assure yourself. After our train did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driven carriage, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself to a strong rail that lived upon the bridge. I saw him hold acquaintance with the plains, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Knowest thou this country?
Ah, madam, well.
Who governs here?
A noble mayor, in nature as in name, Orsino.
I heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For about a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know what great ones do the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a judge that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died.
Oh, that I serve that lady.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit.
There is fair behavior in thee, captain. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am and be my aid. For such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this mayor. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. What else may hap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I'm sure care's an enemy to life.
By my troth, Uncle Toby, you must come in earlier at nights. You must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am.
All that quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish man you brought in to be her wooer.
Who, Mr. Andrew Aguecheek? Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Ah, but he's a very fool.
Fie that you say so. He plays up vile the gum voice and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book.
He's a great quarreler, and with that he have the gift of a coward. 'Tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels that say so of him. Who are they?
They add, moreover, that he's drunk nightly in your company.
We're drinking health to my niece. What wench? Here comes Sir Andrew Aguecheek.
How now, Mr. Toby Belch?
Sweet Mr. Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir?
Accost, Mr. Andrew, accost.
Accost, good ma'am, accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good ma'am, marry accost.
You mistake, friend. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
Oh, partner, when did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Methinks sometimes I've no more wit than an ordinary man has. But I'm a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that. I forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi?
What is pourquoi? Do or do not do? I would have had bestowed the time that I had in the tongues of fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Had I but followed the arts. Faith, I'll be home tomorrow. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4-1 she'll none of me. The mayor himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of them. I've heard her swear.
I'll stay a month longer. I'm a fellow of the strangest mind of the world.
Art thou good at these kickshaws as a partner?
I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg it was formed under the star of a galleon.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a damned colored stock. Shall we sit about some rails?
What shall we do else? Let me see thee caper. Ha! 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 Excellent! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Cesario, ho!
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowst no less but all. I have unclasped thee to the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access, stand at her doors till thou have audience. Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds rather than make unprofited return.
Say, do speak with her. What then, my lord?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. She will attend it better in thy youth.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. For they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound.
I'll do my best to woo your lady.
Yet a barful strife, who I woo myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my mouth so wide as a bristle may enter and weigh thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage.
Peace, you rogue. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely.
Wit, and it be thy will, put me into good fooling. For those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools. And I that am sure I lack thee may pass for a wise man. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, gentlemen? Take away the lady.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Miss Prisione in the highest degree, my lady. Cucullus non facet manacum. I wear not motley on my brain. Give me leave to prove you a fool.
Make your proof.
Good Madonna, why mourn'st thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool you to mourn your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do, till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decay the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, speedy infirmity for the better increasing of your folly.
How say to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him the other day put down with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. If you do not laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio. There is no slander in a loud fool, though he do nothing but rail, and no railing in a no discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Ma'am, there is at the gate a young gentleman.
From the court Orsino, is it?
I know not.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Uncle Toby, ma'am.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the mayor, I'm sick or not at home. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool.
By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, uncle?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman. A plague o' the pickle herring.
How have you come so early by his lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
Ah, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil, and he will. I care not.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like that. Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One drought above heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, for he's in the third degree of drink. He's drowned.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yond young fellow wishes to speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on himself to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you are asleep. He seems to have foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady, that he's fortified against any denial?
What kind of man is he?
Why, so much, and therefore mankind?
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage in years?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. Like a squash is before 'tis piscond, or an apple when 'tis almost a codling.
Let him approach. Come, give me my veil. Throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. Pray you tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say a little more than I have studied, and that questions out my part.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet I'm not as I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I did not assert myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do assert yourself, but I will on with my speech.
I heard you are saucy at my gates. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time to moon with me and make one in so skipping a dialogue. What are you? What would you?
What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We'll hear this divinity.
Everyone out! My lady will not have any of you for one more minute.
Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy.
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are not out of your text. But we'll draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir. Is it not well done?
Most excellently done. If God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, I will not be so hard-hearted. I'll give out diverse schedules of my beauty. Has Adam 2 lips, indifferent red, Adam 2 gray eyes, with lids to them, Adam 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth.
My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you crown the non-parallel of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind, I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, in your denial I'd find no sense. I'd not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Hollow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia. You should not rest, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my stay as well. I'm a gentleman.
Get you to your lord, I cannot love him. Let him send no more unless, perchance, you come to see me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fare thee well.
Love make his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fervor like my master's be, placed in the content. Farewell, for cruelty.
What is your parentage? I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast. Soft, soft. Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left his ring behind him. Would I or not tell him I'll none of it, unless the youth will come this way again tomorrow. I'll give him reasons for it. How thee, Malvolio? I do I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you stay no longer, nor will you not that I go with you?
Well, by your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me, for the malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I crave of you your leave, and that you let me bear my evils alone.
Let me yet know of you, whither you're bound?
Well, you must know of me then, Antonio. I am Sebastian, that I call Rodrigo. My father was Sebastian of Messalene, whom I'm sure you've heard of. He left behind him a sister and me, both born in an hour. If the heavens had so been pleased, would we have ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the rail was my sister killed.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was of many accounted beautiful. Although I cannot with such estimable wonder overfar believe that, I will thus far boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She's gone already, sir, with the storm, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir. You're bad entertainment.
Oh, my good Antonio, forgive me for your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your friend.
Well, if you will not undo what you have done, which is to kill who you have recovered, desire it not. I'm bound for Mayor Orsino's court. Farewell.
I've many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. Though come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were you even now with Madame Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You could have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him, and one thing more, that you never come again in his affairs unless it be to report his taking of this.
She took the ring of me, I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it at her. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that methought her eyes had lost her tongue. For she did speak and starts distractedly. None of my lord's ring, why he sent her none. I am a man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. How will this fage? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. This is too hard not for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes.
I know to be up late is to be up late.
To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. Does not our lives consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say. But I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Maria, a stoup of wine.
Here comes the fool.
How now, my hearts!
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song. A love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress of mine, where are you roaming? Stay and hear your true love's a calling that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know what is loved is not hereafter. Present worth hath present laughter. Oh, what's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Come and kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's stuff will not endure.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious of faith.
But shall we make the welkin dance? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch? Shall we do that?
Let our catch be, thou knave.
I'll be constraining it to call thee knave.
'Tis not the first time I've constrained one to call thee knave. It begins, hold thy peace.
But I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good of faith, come begin.
Hold thy peace, hold thy peace,
Hold thy peace, hold thy peace, hold thy peace, hold thy peace, hold thy peace, hold thy peace.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady had not called up her steward Malvolio, never trust me.
Malvolio's a pilgrim. Am I not of concision of this? Am I not of her blood? There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady. Oh, the 12th day of December, oh, lady.
My masters, are you mad? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our catches. Snack up.
Sir Toby, though my lady harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing aligned to your misdemeanors. If you cannot separate yourself and your disorders, you are welcome in this house. If not, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart. I must needs be gone.
Is't even so?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, you dare not.
Art thou more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale? Go, sir, rub your chain with crumbs. A stoop of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favor, you would not give means for such uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
She shall know it by this hand. Go, shake your ears.
It's where a good deed to make promise with him and then challenge him in the field.
Do it, partner. I'll write thee a challenge.
Be patient, my good Toby. For Mr. Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not go him into a neighbor, do not think I've wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein, by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very much like my lady your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can barely make distinctions of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
He shall think by the letters thou wilt drop that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
I know my physique will work with him. For this not to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Before me, she's a good wench.
And one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Come, I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now.
Give me some music for that piece of song, that old and antic song we heard last night. Methought it did relieve my passion much.
He is not here, so please, your lordship, that should play it.
Who was it?
Feste, the jester, my lord.
Seek him out and play the tune the while. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterfully. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion, my lord.
Oh, she is not worth thee then. What years of faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself, so wears she to him. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed doth fall that very hour. Oh, fellow, come, the song we heard last night. Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy God protect thee, for thy mind is a very opal. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place once more, Cesario. Get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty.
But if she cannot love you, my lord?
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some woman, as perhaps there is, hath as great a pang of heart as you do for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion that love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much, they lack retention. But mine is all as big as the sea and can digest as much.
Ah, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith they are as true as heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man the way would were a woman, of course. As should your lordship.
And what's her history?
Blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment warmeth like a bud feed on her damask cheek, pining in thought and smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed?
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I'm all the sisters of my father's house, and all the sons too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to your lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this brooch. Say, my love can give no place. Bide no denay.
If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the rascally sheep fighter come by some form of notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady a bear baiting here.
Get ye all three behind the tumbleweeds! Malvolio's coming down this walk. He hath been yonder our son practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Close, in the name of Justin! Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
To be Master Malvolio,
Pistol him!
Peace, peace.
having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the rascally sheep fighter come by some form of notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady a bear baiting here.
Get ye all three behind the tumbleweeds! Malvolio's coming down this walk. He hath been yonder our son practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Close, in the name of Justin! Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
To be Master Malvolio.
Pistol in!
Peace, peace.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling my officers about me in some branched velvet gown, having come from a day abed where I left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Peace.
After a demur of trivial regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should theirs, to ask for my kinsman, Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Oh, peace.
My people, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown a while, and perchance wind up my watch or play with some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there, to me.
This fellow live.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control, saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You should amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish friend.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What is this? By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and T's.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's? Why that?
To the unknown beloved of my good wishes, Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know if this be thee, Malvolio.
Murray, hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. M-O-A-I doth sway my life? Nay, but first, let me see. I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her, she is my lady. And the end, what should that alphabetical position pretend? If I can make that resemble something in me. M-O-A-I, 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 M. M! Malvolio, M, why that begins my name! This simulation is not as the former, and yet to crush this a little it would bow to me, for it appears that every single one of these letters is in my name. Ooh, soft. Here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand resolve, in my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Be opposite with a kinsman, certainly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Remember who commended thy yellow chaps, and wish to see thee fringe. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest it be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still and unworthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, the fortunate unhappy. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will be point device the very man. I will baffle Sir Toby. Every reason excites to this that my lady loves me. She did praise my yellow chaps of late. She did praise my legs being fringed. I am happy. I will be strange and stout in yellow chaps and fringed. Thank my stars. Oh, and yet here is a postscript. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. I will smile. I will do everything thou wilt have of me.
I will not give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So could I, too.
And ask no other dowry from her, but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
I hate my noble goal catcher.
Why, thou hast put him in such dream that when the image of him leaves him, he must run mad.
Mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow chaps, and 'tis a color she abhors, and fringed, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will be so unsuitable to her melancholy, but it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
I'll make one, too.
Save thee, friend, in thy music. Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia will keep no fool, sir, until she be married. For fools are to husbands, as salmons are to sardines, the husbands being the bigger. I'm not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Mayor Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does revolve about the earth like the sun. It shines everywhere. Thought I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee.
Now Jove and his next commodity of hair send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I'm almost sick for one. But I'd not have it grow on my chin. Is my lady within?
My lady is within, sir. I will conster to them whence you come. Who you are and what you will are out of my welkin.
This fellow is wise enough to be a fool, which craves a kind of wit.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter.
I am bound to your niece, sir. But, we are prevented? Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heaven rains odors on you.
That used a rare courtier. Rain odors. Well.
My matter hath no voice but to your most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. Don't get them all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir. What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
Your servant's the Mayor Orsino youth.
And he is yours, and his needs must be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him, for his thoughts they were blanks rather than filled with me.
I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, or bring and chase you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Enough is shown, a cypress, not a bosom hides my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree of love.
Not a grise, for 'tis vulgar proof that very oft we pity our enemies.
The clock upbraids me at the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. There lies your way due west.
And westward ho.
Stay. I prithee thee tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you are not what you think you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I'm not as I play.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would that be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I'm your fool.
Cesario, by the roses of the spring, my maidenhood honor truth in everything I love thee so. That malgirl, that pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide.
By my innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one truth, and one bosom, that no woman has, nor never none, shall be mistress of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam. Nevermore shall I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again tomorrow, for thou mayst move the heart which now bores to lack his love.
No, Faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors for Orsino's servingmen than she ever bestowed upon me. I saw the orchard.
Did she see the wild old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart. You should have then accosted her, and with some excellent jest you shall bang the youth into dumbness. This was balked, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, unless you do redeem it by some laudable cause, either valor or policy.
It must be with valor, for policy I hate.
Why, then, challenge Orsino's youth to a fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it. Go right in a marital hand. Be cursed and brief. Taunt him with the license of ink. If thou doust him some thrice, it shall not be amiss.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me then, and by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together.
If you will laugh yourselves into stitches, follow me. Yon gold Malvolio is in yellow chaps.
And fringed?
Most villainously. He does obey every point of the letter I dropped to betray him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it as a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
Well, I would not by my will have troubled you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn onto a longer voyage. But jealousy, what might befall your travel? Being skilless in these parts? As to a stranger unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, rather by these arguments of fear set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks, and thanks. And ever oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But were my worth, as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Should we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
Well, I'm not weary, and 'tis long tonight.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once, in a bank heist, against the mayor his vaults, I did some service of such note indeed, that where it attained here it most scarcely been answered.
Will be like you slew a great number of his people?
The offense is not of such a bloody nature, and might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which for traffic's sake most of our band did. Only myself stood out, for which if I be lapsed in this place I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Belch Hotel is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, Whilst you beguile the time, there shall you have me.
But why I your purse?
Haply your eyes shall light upon some toy you have desire to purchase. But your store, sir, is not for idle markets. To the Belch Hotel.
I do remember.
Have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He is sad and civil.
He's coming, ma'am, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, ma'am.
Why, what's the matter? Does he rave?
No, ma'am. He does nothing but smile.
Go call him hither. I'm as mad as he of sad and merry Aguecheek will be. How now? Malvolio.
Sweet lady, ho, ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad? I could be sad, though this does make for some obstruction in the blood. But of this fringing, what of that?
Why? How dost thou man?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed! Ah, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
God, comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so and pull on that chap so oft?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest you by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great.
Huh?
Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow chaps?
Thy yellow chaps?
And wished to see thee fringed.
Fringed.
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest it be so.
Am I made? What, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman from the Mayor Orsino's has returned.
I will come to him. Good morale, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I will not have him miscare for the half of my dowry.
Oh ho! Do you come near me now? No worse men than Sir Toby to look to me. And this concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose that I may appear proud, for she incites me to that in the letter. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my decree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. Not a dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no unsafe or incredulous circumstance can keep me from the full prospect of my hopes.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity?
Here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me to my private.
What man defied the devil?
Do you know what you say?
Lie you, and you speak ill of the devil. How he takes it at heart. My lady will not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Prithee hold thy peace. This is not the way. Let me alone with him. Why, how now, my barcock? How dost thou chug?
Sir!
Aye, Betty, come with me.
Get him to say his prayers, my good Toby.
My prayers, minx.
He will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things, and I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as improbable fiction.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he is mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance.
More matter for May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. I warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow. Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief and exceeding a good sense. Bliss.
I will waylay thee going home. Where feet be thy chance to kill me, thou kill'st me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep oath when you side of law. Good.
May God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better. And so look to thyself, thou friend as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. Go, Sir Andrew, scout me for him at the corner of the orchard. Soonest thou seest him, draw. And as thou drawest, swear horrible.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will not I deliver this letter, for the behavior of the gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. But I will put his promise and his thoughts in person. This will drive the gentleman into a most hideous opinion of his rage, fury, skill, and impetuosity, that they will be so frightened that they will kill one another by the look.
Here he comes with your niece, presently after him.
I've set too much in a heart of stone and lay my honor to uncherry on it.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's griefs.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture, refuse it not, and I hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you come again tomorrow. What's she asking me that I'll deny?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I've given to you?
I will acquit you.
Yet I beseech you come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. Being like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir?
That defense thou hast, but take thee to it. Of what nature of wrongs thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor full of despite awaits thee at the orchard end.
You mistake me, sir, I'm sure. No man hath any quarrel to me.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, betake you to your guard.
I pray you, what is he?
He is champion dubbed with unhatched Winchester. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3, and his incensement at this very moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by the pangs of death and sepulture. Hobnob is his word.
I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know what my offense to the man is. It is something in my negligence, something in my purpose.
I will do so. Miss Fabiana, stay you by this gentleman.
I pray you, ma'am, do you know of this matter?
I know the man is incensed against you, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could have possibly found in any part of Illyria. I will make your peace with him if I can.
I will be bound to you for it. I'm one that rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a virago. They say he's been gunslinger to the kid.
Pox on it, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabiana can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it, and I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in fence. I'd have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capilet.
I'll make the motion. Mayor, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. There's no remedy, sir. He will, for his oath's sake, have one fight with you. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would tell them how much I lack of a man.
Come, Sir Andrew. There's no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you. But he has promised me he will not hurt you.
Pray God keep his oath.
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
Put down your gun! If this young gentleman has done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I defy you.
Why? What are you, sir?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Now, if you be an undertaker, then I am for you.
This is the man, do thy office.
Antonio, I rest thee at the court of Mayor Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no jot. I know your favor well, though now you have no hanky on your face. Take him away, he knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you. What will you do now? My necessity makes me to ask you for my purse.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have shown me here, I'll lend you something. Here's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion?
I know of none, nor you by voice or any feature.
Come, sir, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth you see here, I snatched one half out of the rails of death, and relieved him with such sanctity of love, and for his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion. But oh, how vile and idle proves this God! Thou hast done Sebastian good feature. Shame.
The man grows mad. Away with him. Come, sir.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words from such passion do fly, that he believes himself, so do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, poor brother, be now ta'en from you. He named Sebastian. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind, and sometimes fresh in love.
Very dishonest, paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare.
A coward, a musty vow coward.
Slittle after him again and beat him.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay anything. 'Twill be nothing yet.
Let me be clear of thee.
Hence, no, I do not know you, nor have I not been sent to you by my lady, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
Prithee vent thy folly somewhere else, thou knows not me.
Vent my folly, vent my folly. He has heard that word of some great man, and now applies it to a fool. Pray tell, what shall I vent to my lady? Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me.
Now, sir, I've met you again. There's for you.
Well, there's for thee, and there. Are all thy people mad?
Hold, sir, or I'll throw your dagger o'er the house.
I'll have an action of battery against him. Though I struck him first, yet it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand.
Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. You are well fleshed.
If thou darest tempt me further, put up thy gun.
Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of Malpart blood from you.
Hold, Toby, on thy life I charge thee hold. Will it be ever thus ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached, out of my sight? Be not offended, dear Cesario, roots be begone. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go.
Oh, what relish is in this? How runs the stream? Oh, or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sentence the least steep. If thus be to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Would thou be ruled by me?
Shiver me timbers, madam, I will.
Oh, say so and so be.
I prithee thee, put on thy beard and thy gown, make him believe thou art Sir Topaz the curate.
I would I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown.
Joe bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Toby.
To him, Sir Topaz.
What ho, I say! Peace in this prison.
Who calls there?
Sir Topaz the curate, here to see Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Speakest you nothing but of ladies?
Sir Topaz, never was a man thus wronged. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! Sayest thou this house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Why, it hath bare windows as transparent as barracodes.
I am not mad. I say to you, this house is dark.
I say there is no darkness but ignorance.
I say this house were as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there was never a man thus wronged. I am not mad. Make the trial of it any constant question.
What was the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird.
And what thinkest thou of this opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve of this opinion.
Farewell, thou art mad indeed. You shall hold the opinion of Pythagoras, or I will allow of thy wits.
Sir Topaz!
Thou mightest have done without thy beard and gown, for he sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word on how thou findest him. I'm already so far in fence with my niece that I cannot pursue the sport with any safety.
There's a big black train a-comin',
Fool.
scraping along the iron.
Fool, I say.
And you know, who's out there?
Good fool. As ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, get me to light, candle, ink, and paper.
Master Malvolio?
Fool, there was never a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
Then you're mad indeed if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, lied me in hideous darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits. Good fool, help me to some light, ink, and paper, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of a letter did.
Tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe a madman till I see his brains. I shall fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee be gone.
I'm gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again.
I prithee be gone.
Like to the old vice your need to sustain, who with dagger of laugh,
be gone,
in his rage and in his wrath, cries a ha to the devil like a mad lad bids adieu.
This is the air. Oh, and that the glorious moon. And this pearl she gave me, I do see it and feel it. Yet though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, 'tis not madness. Well, where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Belch Hotel. And yet there he was. And there I found this credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. Oh, his counsel now may do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I should be ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason to any other trust but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not command her house and sway her followers, and with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. Oh, and here the lady comes for round 2.
Blame not this hasty man. If you mean well, now go with me, and with this holy man into the chantry bar. There before him plot me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace.
Well, I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good preacher, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Sir, we are some of her trappings.
Oh, I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, my friends, they praise me and make an ass of me, where my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass. And so, by my foes, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused.
Oh, why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no, it would please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
But that it would be double dealing, sir, would you could make it another?
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. If you'll let your lady know I'm here to speak with her, it may awaken my bounty further.
A lullaby to your bounty until I come again.
Here comes a man, sir, that did rescue me.
Orsino, this is that Antonio that held us up and took the loot from Illyria, here in the streets, desperate of shame and state. In private rabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me.
Notable bandit, thou desert thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hath made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that you shake off these names you give me. Antonio yet never was thief, nor bandit, though I confess on base and ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, this most ungrateful boy here by your side. From the rude rails enraged, and metal jaws did I redeem. A rack past hope he was. His life I gave him, and he did there to deny me my own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
When came you to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, both day and night we keep company.
Oh, here comes the lady. Now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tendered upon me, but more of that anon. Take him aside.
Sebastian.
What would my lord, but that he may not have? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Dear lady,
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good, my lord.
my master would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it be out to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ears, howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, Lord?
What, to perverseness, you uncivil lady? To whose ingrate and auspicious altars my soul the faithless offerings hath breathed out the air devotion tendered? What shall I do? Hath I the heart to do it? Kill what I love, a savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you did not regard and cast my faith, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this your minion whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him I will rip out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me, my thoughts are ripe in mischief.
And I'm most jock and apt and willing to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than these eyes, more than life, more by all moors, more than e'er I shall love wife.
I mean, detested how am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the holy preacher.
Come away.
Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
Husband, can he that deny?
Her husband, sirrah.
No, my lord, not I.
Oh, welcome, preacher. Preacher, I charge thee by thy reverence, here to unfold what thou dost know, hath newly passed between this youth and me.
Contract of eternal bond of love, sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me, toward my grave I've traveled but 2 hours.
Oh, disassembling cub! Take her, but direct thy feet, where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
For the love of God, a surgeon has broke my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too.
Who has done this, Mr. Andrew?
The mayor's gentleman, one Cesario. We first took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate. Oh, it's lifelines, here he is. You broke my head for nothing.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. Here comes Sir Toby Halton.
That's all one has hurt me. There's the end on it. Sight, did see Dick Surgeon, sight?
He's drunk, Sir Toby, an hour agone.
And he's a rogue and a passy measures pavin.
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead, a coxcomb, and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a gull.
Get him to bed, and let his hurt be looked to.
Pardon me, madam. I have hurt your kinsman. You throw strange regard upon me, and by that I perceive I hath offended you. I'm sorry, sweet one, for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, 2 persons.
Antonio? Oh, my dear Antonio!
Oh, my Sebastian? Are you?
Fearest thou, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in 2 is not more twin than these 2 creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor could there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. Well, I had a sister, whom the blind sand and rails hath devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What name, what parentage?
Mescaline. Sebastian was my father, such as Sebastian too is my brother, someone he suited to his fiery tomb.
Were you a woman, as the rest goes even? I should let my tear fall upon your cheek and say thrice welcome quelled, Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
Oh, and so had mine.
He died that day from when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
He finished indeed his moral act when my sister numbered 13 years.
Do not embrace me till each circumstance of time, place, and fortune do cohere and jump that I'm Viola, which to prove I'll bring you to a captain in this town where lie my maiden's weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble mayor.
Well, so comes it, lady, you have been mistook. You are contracted to a maid, and are you therein by my life deceived? You are betrothable to a maid and a man.
Boy, thou hast told me 1,000 times, thou never shouldest love woman like to me.
And all those sayings I will overswear, and all those swearings keep as true in heart as doth the orbed continent, the fire that severs day from night.
Take my hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that bring me first to town hath my maid's garments. He, by some action, is now in durance at Malvolio's suit.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet now, alas, poor gentleman, they say he's much distract. How does he, sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at Stave's End as well as a man in his case may do. Here, he hath writ you a letter.
Open it and read it.
By the Lord, madam!
How now, art thou mad?
No, I do but read of madness. Your ladyship must allow vox.
Read it you, sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little less thought of and speak out against my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
See him delivered, Fabiana. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, and think me as well a sister, as a wife.
Madam, I am apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since you called me master for so long, here's my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
Sister, you are she.
Madam, you have done me wrong, notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You cannot say 'tis not your handwriting, not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, in the modesty of honor, while you gave me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and yellow to you, acting all this in the obedient hope. Why have you suffered me to be imprisoned and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invitation played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of the question, 'tis Mariah's hand. And now do bethink me, it was she who first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and the authors of it, thou shalt both be the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Most freely I confess myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here. Upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we have conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one Sir Topaz the curate. Do you not remember, madam? Why laugh you at such a barren rascal, and you smile not he's gagged? And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him, and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and the golden time convinced, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Cesario, come, for so you shall be while you are a man, but in other habits you shall be seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen. Feste, play! Woo! Woo!
All right.
You guys did it! They did it! Wow! Masks and all, in a pandemic, we still did it. I'm so proud of you guys. So we have a group of seniors that we want to... Yes. So any seniors that are part of theater that weren't in the show, get up here. So seniors, step down here, seniors. Oh, it's too many. It's too many. It's far too many. Oh, here we go. Yep. So they all get a row. Yeah. This is a lot of kiddos have been involved since their freshman year. Yeah, a lot of them. And some that's first time on the stage, which is so fantastic. We really honestly did not know what we were going to do. We were told we couldn't do a musical. We were waiting to see if we're allowed to do anything. We didn't know if we were going to do it indoors or outdoors, on the roof. We didn't know where we were going to do it. These guys learned all their blocking online. I was trying to show them blocking in my living room as all the actors, and it didn't work very well. So we ended up learning through Legos on a Lego set that I filmed, and they learned their blocking off of Legos. But, you know, you can do anything, right? And they brought it back, and we couldn't get on the stage right away because this was filled with stuff being stored. And so they started off rehearsals in the cafeteria and finally got to bring it to the stage and did this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh! I have to also thank Rachel Zering. Are you out there? Get up here and take a bow. Rachel and Marley Smith, thank God for them. They did all of the putting together everything. And also please don't forget, you get to view this on May 7th. Yes. And it'll stay on there, right? Yes. I mean, like you can always, it's like YouTube. So you get to see it again. Can come, yeah, so it'll be fantastic. And we have John, who's our photographer. He's doing some great stuff. He has been filming for a few nights here, and even during rehearsals, and even had little carts going across the front with the camera on it and close-ups. And so you're going to see something really special. It's going to be great. But thank you all for supporting these guys, and you guys, I don't even know what else to say. I love you so much.
Hey, can I just say something? We want to thank Shelly and Miss Zering and Miss Smith for, all the hard work. We couldn't have done it without you. We're very blessed to have a show this year at all. And without you guys pushing so hard for us to be able to have it, it wouldn't have been what it is, which is super cool that we can have people come watch. So we just want to thank you guys very much.
Thanks for coming out, and let's cross our fingers and pray for a musical next year. Yeah? And you guys are going on to bigger and better things. It's amazing, and good luck to you, and we love you to pieces. Okay? Thanks so much. Yeah. acts and all in a pandemic, we still did it. I'm so proud of you guys. So we have a group of seniors that we want to, yes. So any seniors that are part of theater that weren't in the show, get up here. So seniors, step down here, seniors. Oh, it's too many, too many. It's far too many. Oh, here we go. Yep, so they all get a row. Yeah. This is a lot of kiddos who've been involved since their freshman year. Yeah, a lot of them. And some that's first time on the stage, which is so fantastic. We really honestly did not know what we were going to do. We were told we couldn't do a musical. We were waiting and waiting to see if we're allowed to do anything. We didn't know if we were going to do it indoors or outdoors, on the roof. We didn't know where we were going to do it. These guys learned all their blocking online. I was trying to show them blocking in my living room as all the actors, and it didn't work very well. So we ended up learning through Legos on a Lego set that I filmed, and they learned their blocking off of Legos. You know, you can do anything, right? And they brought it back, and we couldn't get on the stage right away because this was filled with stuff being stored. And so they started off rehearsals in the cafeteria and finally got to bring it to the stage and did this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh! Rachel Zering, are you out there? Get up here and take a bow. Rachel and Marley Smith, thank God for them. They did all of the putting together everything. And also please don't forget, you get to view this on May 7th. Yes. And it'll stay on there, right? Yes. I mean, like you can, it's like YouTube. So you get to see it again. You can come, yeah, so it'll be fantastic. And we have John, who's our photographer. He's doing some great stuff. He has been filming for a few nights here and even during rehearsals, and even had little carts going across the front with the camera on it and close-ups. And so you're going to see something really special. It's going to be great. But thank you all for supporting these guys. And you guys, I don't even know what else to say. I love you so much.
Hey, can I just say something? We want to thank Shelly and Miss Zering and Miss Smith for, all the hard work. We couldn't have done it without you. We're very blessed to have a show this year at all. And without you guys pushing so hard for us to be able to have it, it wouldn't have been what it is, which is super cool that we can have people come watch. So we just want to thank you guys very much.
Thanks for coming out, and let's cross our fingers and pray for a musical next year. Yeah? And you guys are going on to bigger and better things. It's amazing. And good luck to you, and we love you to pieces. Okay? Thanks so much. Yeah.